My name is Jonathan Parks, and welcome to Jonathan's Nature Crafts. I must inform you that I do not live in this house by myself, but live here with other people. Sometimes other members of the household may have to walk through areas where I might be recording with other family members on the phone. If you hear any noise like that, please feel free to disregard. We are doing our best to get noise canceling equipment, which may at least keep you from hearing exactly what is being said. Thank you for considering. The last time around, I demonstrated to you all how we drew the lines on the other sides of Angels 2 and 3. Now I've got Cherubs 4 and 5 to work on. These are the ones out at Cherry that I had shown you from the previous video. And there's just little different kind of work to be done this time around, as this time we only have the ones from Kentucky Coffee Tree and Walnut to work on. So we've kind of done those so far, and we're going to do a little bit of a further demonstration as to how we take care of those little things regarding those other angels. And I would like to say that there's just a little cutout we do here, right here on the pattern, which is right between the hands and the knees of where it lays down, and kind of just get a little practice here at the very thing that we do, and then kind of lay it down and just sort of put the little kind of lines into the work as we need them to be, and see what it can all come down to once we get all the work finished, I say. And the work is just kind of doing a little bit grace to us, and all we have to say is that it's just, and I say that we're going to make sure we got the lines correct here between the front and the back. And as a matter of fact, it turns out we do have them here. So it's just kind of make sure that the places where the knees and elbows and wrists are, they come in the place where they ought to be, to make the little cherub what it is, and just kind of come along where we got other little lines to make, and just put the little line of work along here. And turns out we're getting things in the right place. We're getting the patterns where they need to be, just to make sure that everything is as equal and even as it ought to be. And I say that this is just kind of some work that's in our hands, and come down to what we do. I say that we'll just go ahead and cut this line here that is between the calf and the thigh, and I say cut along that line. We're going to make a place here where it's going to be right where the line needs to be, to put it exactly into its place for the way that a good little cherub can come out and say have a little place to do the art just as it goes. I hear about the old days when they used to use these little cherubs and signs and have all the things with them that they did, and I'd say out of the pieces that I had already carved out, there had been some that I had kind of put together into special little sets I made. And I'd say for here, we're going to make this little cut along and cut off the lower half of the cherub to kind of get rid of the little excess paper that we don't need on the pattern. And I will tell you all that what I do is I make Xeroxes of these patterns and cut them from the Xeroxes copies just to kind of get them into the good, right, proper place, I say. And this is just what this is going to come to. Got to make a little line just to put the little arm in place and kind of get it just as right as it just ought to be, I say, and kind of work our way along to the rest of the pattern and get things drawn just in the right places. And with this one from the other side, we have this little place where we make this line now and come along to place it on this other little cherub buddy too. And oh, the days I recall these always being at the Dollar Tree. They were always funny and cute in those ways. And I say that we probably just, yeah, see, I'm looking over there at the original pattern, making sure I got it right. And finally, there comes a point where we will cut off this part of the pattern that is the head, which is kind of the place where we will draw in certain lines to get it just in its real and proper place where the back of the head is supposed to be, because the face has already been traced on. So this time around, all we have left to do is the back of the head. So that's how we're coming along to make this work. See what we do. Oh, I tell y'all, a lot of work goes on in here. I say it's just busy, busy, busy times. Busy, busy, busy times. I say, oh, just working along, seeing what we ought to see when we make a little type of work that shows great and mighty amounts of grace. And then come down to where we will put the place on the head and the wing, make it so we have just the right size and shape for a very, very, very good cherub, and get a little line in here just to show what work we have. Oh, I say, life is just simple when we work along the little steps that make all the good little difference to us. I say, there's going to be a time when we get down to this, where we've gone so far, and one little thing left to do is to make out the little arm or the shoulder, and we can use one wing that is left to do this, just to draw that little line in right at the top, and make another little one up here too, where it is just kind of like just the joys of working with wood and doing special projects, I say. And when it all comes down, we got just the right place for all the good little work to be. And it's not going to be perfect by any means, but never has to be, never does. And that's where I've come today, just to show you all that little bit of work. Of course, we've got a few videos coming today, and this is one of several, but I always appreciate the fact that you all come on to watch, that you see the steps, that you learn the ways I do certain things, and sometime I hope to demonstrate how I carve these out, and hope to get on in the future and be able to. Thank you so much. Take care. Goodbye. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you in the next video. Stay tuned.